What's going on, everybody? I'm still trying to hit my personal goal to hit all 50 states in the year of 2025. And with that said, I got three more out this week. So two of the hardest ones I was going to come across, but then I added another one in there on the way back home. So with that said, the first one I went to was the city of Anchorage in the state of Alaska. Here I am just getting in town, going through the city before I went to the visitor center and hit up a trolley. The trolley to tour the city is $25. It takes you around different parts of the city and also some wildlife destinations. So after the trolley tour, I went on what they call an Alaska wildlife tour. The tour itself is 4 hours long. It's $120. It also takes you around the city, but enhanced version of the city. It takes you outside the city. You can see different kind of wildlife within the city and all that. So it's a pretty nice little tour. It is definitely long, but it's a nice tour. Pretty much well weathered. So definitely plan for 4 hours for sure. This right here, what you're seeing now, is a helicopter tour. The helicopter tour is 2 hours. However, there's only about 30 minutes of flight time. The cost of this tour is $720, and it takes you over to the Knik Glacier. As you can see, we're going over the glacier now. Takes you to different places. Pretty nice. Was it worth the $720? I would say no, but it's an experience I got to experience, and I can never take that back. So there is a spot where, as you can see, we're landing now. There is some glaciers, and they say you can drink the glacier water. A lot of people did drink that water. I did not. Even though it did look pure, looked dirty at the bottom of the water, so I did not do that. I'm pretty picky like that. But all in all, it was a nice little tour. It's a helicopter tour, so it was nice. But like I said, the $720 was a little overpriced, but you only live once, so I want to go ahead and try it out. So once again, that was the helicopter tour over the Knik Glacier, 2 hours long. But it's really just a 30-minute flight. A lot of that 2 hours is a lot of talking, going over protocols and stuff like that. So, but yeah, once again, that was the helicopter tour. What you're seeing now is the Wildlife Conservation Center. Basically, it's a wildlife rehabilitation center. You can see different kind of course, wildlife out there. So the cost of this one was $27, roughly about an hour or so to view everything. So not too bad. Once again, $27 for the Wildlife Conservation Center. After it was all said and done, I went to the Originale Italian restaurant. Of course, had some Italian food and some dessert before ending my day by the sunset here. So after Alaska, I went to the city of Honolulu in the state of Hawaii. And here we are just flying into Hawaii now. Here's an overview. So I want to go to Hawaii after Alaska because I want to get the two most hardest states to get to domestically here in the United States. And I had the opportunity to do both that week. The first stop was the state capital. The state capital of Honolulu is one of two states that do not have a dome for the capital. Ironically, the other one is actually in Alaska. This is definitely the most smallest and basic capital I've been to so far. The shape of the capital itself is meant to invoice the volcanic origins of the islands. This is what they call a submarine dive. It's $150. It's 2 hours long. You actually start above the ocean. You're in a boat, and it takes you out to the middle of the ocean, and then a submarine comes up, picks everybody up, and then you hop on in, and then you go underneath. So pretty nice little thing to do. Once you're at the bottom, you see all kind of different things, from sunken ships to planes to whatever to marine life. So once again, 2 hours long, $150. Next, I went parasailing. The cost is $100. It's an hour long, but the flight time itself is only 10 minutes. A lot of that time is just going over safety procedures and protocols before you go up in flight. So once again, parasailing, $100. Next, I went to the Honolulu Zoo. The cost of the zoo is $21. It's not a very big zoo at all. It's actually pretty small. It's probably going to take you roughly about an hour to walk around it. Pretty much no more, maybe less. It's decent. It's not the best, but it's decent. Next is the Pearl Harbor Memorial. It's free to get to the memorial. And in the memorial, you can make reservations. To do reservations, which is recommended, they say, is $1. So it's not a lot of money even if you did the reservations. So free to get in by itself without reservations, $1 to make reservations. And of course, if you don't know Pearl Harbor, then I don't know what's going on with you. But Pearl Harbor Memorial, free to get in. Nice little spot to go and check out too while you're in Honolulu. The next spot I went to is called the Manoa Falls Trail. Basically, it's a trail that you got to hike up. The trail itself is free. However, if you do drive there, parking is $7. So it's about a 2 mile round trip trail. So you do gotta walk up the trail to get to the falls, and then once you get to the falls, once you get to the falls. So once again, this is the Manoa Falls Trail, and once you get to the top, it's the Manoa Falls, and it is free to get there and check it out. So Here I am now, just chilling out, hanging by the ocean side, looking at some sunset. As the videos go on, it's going to, of course, get darker and darker in the sunset, and background changes. So it's pretty nice. It was a pretty relaxing thing to do. Of course, that was my main objective to actually go to Hawaii, is to actually just relax. But while I'm relaxing, of course, I want to do some local things like that, and check out the city. So you can never check out a full city in the amount of time you go, but I was able to do a lot within the time I went. So here I am here. This is now nightlife of the city. Before I started to do one of the last things I did, which was I went to a luau, and it was actually pretty nice. It was very well orchestrated, and I'll let you go ahead and listen into the next two videos that I did here. What a performance. So after Honolulu, I started to head home towards Colorado. But before I went to Colorado, I went to the city of San Jose in the state of California. So here I am arriving into San Jose, California from Honolulu, Hawaii. First stop is the St. Joseph's Cathedral. I'm not a religious man. However, I respect all people's religions and beliefs. I always find that these cathedrals are very well detailed. This is Monopoly in the Park. It's free to view. However, it is $300 to rent this park area, and you have to do it within 30 days in advance. So once again, it's a full-size Monopoly game board, free to view, $300 to rent, and a 30-day advance reservations to do so. This is Japanese Friendship Garden. It's a free garden within Kelly Park. It's a park that you'll see different kind of Japanese attractions, statues, koi fish, and all that. So once again, this is Japanese Friendship Garden within the Kelly Park. This is the Winchester Mystery House. This mansion, of course, is in San Jose, California. This house was once the personal residence of Sarah Winchester, the widow of Mr. William Winchester himself, the Mr. Firearm, Mr. Great. This house became a tourist attraction months after Winchester's death in 1922. So if you don't know about this house, this is actually a pretty weird little house. There's about 160 rooms. This house has been featured in movies like Winchester itself, and then one of my favorite movies is Stephen King's the movie Rose Red. It's also an attraction within the Disneyland. So if you haven't seen those movies, check out those movies, and then if you have an opportunity, check out the house, or if not, check out the house and then check out the movie and tell me what you think of it. So when I was in San Francisco last year, I always told myself I wanted to fly my plane back to San Francisco and go over the Golden Gate Bridge at night. I did not have the opportunity yet, or on this day. So while I was in San Jose, which is not too far away from San Francisco, I went ahead and rented a plane out, flew myself over the Golden Gate Bridge at night. So it's definitely a bucket list I got out the way. It's definitely a nice view, something I definitely want to do again. But here I am now, just flying over the Golden Gate Bridge at night before heading out to land the plane back and call it a night. So all in all these trips was pretty nice, man. I got the two major ones out the way as far as distance wise, Alaska and Hawaii, and then on the way back got to hit up California and see a landmark and that I wanted to see for a while, the Winchester House and all that. So this is number 30, 32, 33, 34 of the states for the year already. So I'll definitely make a lot of progress. Kind of tired right now, so I might not travel personally for the next week or two. I do have a work-related business trip. I have to go to Dallas, Texas next week for a week, but I'll probably go ahead and take off some personal travel for the next week or two. But until then, you guys have a good one. Stay safe. Happy travels. Hope to see y'all soon. Take care.